Now remember, Mel Gibson and Mark Wahlberg, they're not saints. If you're a saint, throw your rocks. If you're not, shut your mouth and pay attention.
From beginning to end, it's very brief. He says, women on film, either naked or dead.
You know how Hollywood can be a
Shout out to Greta Gerwig, who did Barbie, and Margot Robbie. I mean, I haven't got to see that yet, which I can't wait. Can't wait. They're doing fun things. I got outvoted because I gave my kids a choice. Do you want to see Haunted Mansion, which is a Disney film, or Barbie? And I thought, of course, we've never had Barbies here in the house, you know. I wasn't a Barbie kid growing up. I read books because I was a big old nerd. Still am. I'm surrounded by. You guys don't want to see this place. Anyway, I'm proud to be a dork. Proud to be a nerd. I'll never stop reading. I don't care. I don't want my kids to have anything to do with Hollywood. I've said that before. We've been offered stuff. We've talked to people. No. Nope. So, yeah. Unless all this changes. Look at that. Look, most replayed? Yipes, I'm scared.
glitzy wonderland on the surface, but beneath all that sparkle lies a world of whispers and secrets. Rumors have been swirling for years about the alleged cruelty of insiders who seemingly control and manipulate artists behind closed doors. It's like a real-life soap opera, and everyone's talking about it. Celebrities have spilled the tea, sharing tales of behind-the-scenes power plays and shady dealings. Yet despite all the jaw-dropping accounts, concrete evidence has been hard to come by. Mel Gibson and Mark Wahlberg, two Hollywood heavyweights, are
Sorry, I had to take a phone call real quick.
Two Hollywood heavyweights are teaming up for a top-secret project that's bound to rock the industry to its core. And trust us, it's got every...
Look, whether or not you even like Mark Wahlberg or Mel Gibson, dude did Braveheart, man. Mark Wahlberg is a stellar actor. He did, was it The Sniper? And then he did one of my other favorite movies, which is The Other Guys with Will Ferrell. I don't think it's fair that celebrities have to change who they are to fit in. That's like total high school. No, you gotta fit in to be with the popular crowd or with the jocks or whatever. Get over yourselves, people. You're not special. Just go on. Go on with your life. We're all gonna get old. We're all gonna get gray hair. We're all gonna die. The end. Just be happy. Try to do something good every single day of your life. The reason why I'm somewhat joyful, well, I'm super joyful. I don't like getting up in the morning, but boy, when I gotta wake up my kids, I'm a ham. I act completely stupid. Goofy, off the wall, insane. My kids are looking at me like, really, Mom? And I'm like, yeah, because I am so grateful my kids are in their bed, safe and sound. I wake them up. I don't hear screaming, fighting. I don't hear gunfire and I don't want to. I don't want to hear any of that. I want to remember these precious moments. To me, makes me happy. It could be something different for you. But I suffered bringing those two into this world. I didn't think I was ever going to have children. If this was all that's going on in the world was happening before I got pregnant, I would not have any kids. I'm sorry to say, I would not have any children, and the kids know that. I would not bring kids into this. Nope, nope, nope. But it wasn't so bad in 2012. Or 2011, I should say. It wasn't so bad. things seemed to be looking up. And then it wasn't anymore. So I make every day count. With little things, with love, with hugs, with goofy things, with trying to make learning stuff fun, or sing-alongs, or dance-offs, or whatever. I don't care if I hurt myself. I don't care if I fall down. I don't care. It's my kids. I don't care if there's other kids around. Kids are kids. Anyway, I gotta stop with my soapbox. Drink more coffee. Here we go. So the whole point being is, I think Mel Gibson, has 12 children? He, and Mark Wahlberg also is a parent. He grew up in a large family as well, I believe. To me, look, I have nothing against people all of a sudden, grown people, adults, wanting to, switch genders, be trans. Hey, show off your makeup skills. Show off them lashes. Glitter bomb the hell out of your clothes. Do it. I'm jealous. I love glitter. Do it. Some of the best homes I've ever been to, queer homes. I had a friend that his house, he was a professional physician assistant, but his house, people would actually get married in front of his house. He had a side hustle before side hustles were a thing. Yeah, he and his partner. Fabulous. I still remember those times. Amazing. He just had a knack. Christmas time, I can't even tell you all the centerpieces, the fireplace. Oh, where you put the Christmas tree, and then he would put like train pieces, like toy. Oh my God, this man should have worked for like the people of Hallmark. He made everything magical. He made Christmas. So I don't have anything wrong. I feel the more pizzazz, the more flair, the more people are individual, the better. But what's wrong with men being men? People say toxic testosterone. What? I love men. I love men. I love my husband. Is he overboard on being manly? A lot. And sometimes I have to roll my eyes like, wow. He tells me the dumbest things all the time. Get back in the kitchen, woman. I'm like, you first. But who's in the kitchen most of the time? Him. So just because he says things doesn't mean I'm going to be offended or be hurt or let's pick a fight. I don't like fighting. I don't like fighting unless I have to. I don't like arguing or being offended or being mad. I tell my kids, don't make me mad, because then it makes me more mad that you made me mad, because I love being happy. There's so much to be grateful for, and that's all I want to be, is grateful. I want to do stupid dances. I want to jump around. I want to listen to old school music. I want to listen to 50s music. I want to learn the Charleston. I have so many things to do rather than just be miserable. So when I see men being marginalized for being overly manly, or, oh, there's, toxic masculinity, it's like, no, they're men. They're just being men. If my husband, who is, he can technically be, I don't know, overly manly, can put nail polish on from his daughter, I mean, come on. And we're talking, this man has no problem with, if somebody goes, dude, you're being queer, or you're being gay, he doesn't go, oh my God, I'm just going to have to kill you or fight you. Or he's very secure in his manhood. If somebody told him, I'll give you $1,000 to wear a dress, he'd be like, make sure you got that cash ready. I want to see it. He does not have a problem with that. It's just clothes. It's just fabric. Now, if you're making a statement, if you're a celebrity where you have a following and you're doing all that, then that's your agenda. That's an agenda. That's your thing. But there's nothing wrong with men being men. Nothing wrong with it. If they want to wear the, awesome jackets that men wear and the white t-shirts and, awesome boots and just, having their little mustaches or man sweaters, whatever you want to call them. Who cares? Lip sweaters, I should say. That's what they're called. My husband has like 1,000 different names for his beard and mustache. Just let men be men. Why are you so miserable that you gotta hate on other people? All right.
Everyone, especially the elite crowd, trembling with anticipation. But that's not all. There's another bombshell that's got tongues wagging. Their recent rendezvous with none other than Donald Trump has added a whole new layer of intrigue to this Hollywood saga. Oh, you can just imagine the whispers and speculations swirling around that meeting. But what is the project that Mel and Mark are working on exactly? And why are the Hollywood elites not enthusiastic about it? Well, grab your popcorn, folks, because this is one gossip train you won't want to miss. We're about to spill all the tea and uncover the shocking truth behind the glitz and glamour of Tinseltown.
One of the most disturbing problems in our world today is human, and particularly of children. Now, the first step in eradicating this crime is awareness. Go see Sound of Freedom.
The legendary Mel Gibson is all set for a grand return.
I can't tell you how many people, including, people donated money, tickets. And they're like, oh, well, the theater was empty, but why are they saying it's sold out? Because people believe in protecting children. Not just their own kids, but other kids too.
To the director's chair with his latest film, Flight Risk. But wait, there's more excitement in store. He's not flying solo on this adventure. He's teamed up with none other than the talented Mark Wahlberg. Now, you might recall Mel Gibson's previous directorial success with Hacksaw Ridge, a movie that left us all in awe. And let's not forget his appearance in Father Stu, where he shared the screen with none other than Mark Wahlberg himself. Those two films were so remarkable that they even nabbed nominations for a prestigious Movie Guide Award. That's no small feat. The big shots at Lionsgate Movies are absolutely thrilled with this powerful duo.
Good.
Joe Drake, the chairman, couldn't contain his excitement, saying that the combination of Mel Gibson and Mark Wahlberg is nothing short of electric. He's even predicting that Flight Risk will be one of the most suspense-filled, must-see events of the year. Can you imagine the buzz this news is causing in Hollywood? But that's not all, my friends. There's more to this story than meets the eye. Movie Guide has previously covered Mark Wahlberg's strong faith in the film industry, and he's not shy about sharing it. He believes that his faith has been a guiding light in his life, helping him become a better version of himself. Mark talks about Lent, a time of reflection and discipline in his faith.
That's right. Whether you're Catholic, whether you're Christian, Jewish, Muslim, your faith is something that should make you better. It should. And if you have no faith, you're atheist, your spirituality, there is something more out there. There is. That watches over you, that guides you to be a better version of you. I do know some atheists, great people. And I always tell them, God bless you. I love you. God loves you. Even though you don't believe in God, God believes in you. I say stupid stuff. Well, it's not stupid. But to them, to make them feel better or laugh, or because they're like, I'm going to push you on the ground. And I'm like, do it. You know? That's just how I am with the people that I love or that I care about. My friends. If you guys all lived around me, that's how you would see me all the time. I'm going to say something that may not be comfortable to you, but I'm going to say it. Because I want it to be a positive message, not a negative message. I want you to know that I accept you, but you're in turn accepting me. Even if it's with comments that may be what you don't believe in. I'm going to say, that's okay. I still love you. And so does God. God believes in you. And they'll tell me, well, Santa believes in you. And I'll say, I believe in Santa. So does Aegis. And then I'll bring my kids into it. Let's talk about it.
Journey. It's about letting go of the things that don't make us feel good and focusing on building good habits. He's all about challenging people to become better versions of themselves, and that's something we can all admire. Isn't it refreshing to see a Hollywood star staying true to their values and sharing the importance of faith? Mark Wahlberg's dedication to discipline, both in his personal life and in his career, has been a key factor in his success. With Mel Gibson's impressive track record as a director and Mark Wahlberg's unwavering faith and commitment to excellence, Flight Risk is shaping up to be a real blockbuster. The movie is all about Mark Wahlberg taking on the role of a pilot assigned to transport a dangerous criminal to his upcoming trial. The film's synopsis remains concise, but the impressive action backgrounds of both Gibson and Wahlberg are more than enough to pique interest. Rumor has it that this movie will expose the shady side of Hollywood like never before, revealing all the hidden secrets and dark underbelly of the industry. Naturally, this revelation hasn't set well with the Hollywood elites. They're far.
It's not like we didn't know Hollywood elites. It's not like everybody doesn't talk to everybody. Those whispers that are in those dark corners, they have to be brought to light. A lot of times they are. They've reached the far corners of the world. That's why things are being exposed. Mark Wahlberg and Mel Gibson are not doing anything new. If this movie is suppressed, that is just going to make it even bigger. You're going to make them martyrs. If you do anything, you're going to make them superstars. Go for it. I hope that you try to do whatever you can to block this movie. We know the sludge of grime and ugliness and filth that Hollywood tries to sugarcoat with a beautiful candy glaze. But we know. We just have to get down to or underneath that surface, and it's there.
From thrilled about this upcoming project and have taken extreme measures to thwart it. From circulating negative articles to spreading fake news, they've been pulling out all the stops to paint the film in a bad light.
They're gonna make
but let's
them
be
bigger.
real here. All the dirty tricks and attempts to sabotage this duo's project won't deter the public's curiosity.
That's right.
If anything, it's only fueling the anticipation even more.
More.
With Mel Gibson and Mark Wahlberg at the helm, Flight Risk promises to be a riveting cinematic experience that will undoubtedly leave audiences on the edge of their seats. But I believe we'll all get a clear picture of this movie's fate once it hits theaters, because we've seen something similar happen to another recently released film, Sound of Freedom. This movie also dared to expose some truths about the hidden side of Hollywood, and the elites did not take it lightly. They intend to ban it in Hollywood. Sound of Freedom is making waves in the entertainment world, echoing through hearts and minds, with an all-star cast featuring Jim Caviezel, Mira Sorvino, and Bill Camp. This movie has captured the attention of audiences since its release on July 4th.
I cannot stress to you, I'm a big fan. I can't say this man's name. Caviezel? Excellent actor. Excellent. I cry every time I watch The Passion of the Christ. Every time. Mira Sorvino, I've been waiting for her to come back. One of my favorite movies of all time, Mimic. You guys know I have a deathly fear of roaches. Ugh. And Mimic is like basically a movie about gigantic roaches. Oh my God. Nothing scares me or makes me creep out like that movie. And Mira Sorvino is fantastic in that movie. She's fantastic. And I'm like, where have you been? Well, it was around the time of the Weinsteins and them doing all their abuse. So why wouldn't she be back? I bet she's got a whole lot to say.
In less than 2 weeks, it has already raked in an impressive $85 million, surpassing its modest budget of $14.5 million.
Good for them.
However, the success of Sound of Freedom at the box office is stirring up some chatter in the newspapers. People are talking about the filmmakers who are seen as outsiders with strong religious motivations. Hollywood isn't used to dealing with folks who don't follow their usual rules, unlike some of their more established figures. Interestingly, there's talk of Hollywood considering banning the movie, and it's sparking a debate. The film's distributor, Angel Studios, denies any connection to conspiracy theories and maintains that it's not about politics. However, some right-wing pundits are showing support for the movie, especially praising the protagonist, Tim Ballard, while dismissing or denying any links to QAnon. In interviews, Ballard and Jim Caviezel sat down with Jordan Peterson, a psychologist and conservative commentator, on his YouTube channel. They discussed their beliefs, with Ballard clarifying that they don't buy into most conspiracy theories, but still hold on to the adrenochrome blood harvesting theory. Ballard also criticized a Vice investigation as incredibly dishonest. To add to the mix, Ben Shapiro hosted Ballard and Caviezel on his YouTube channel to promote the film. Even former President Donald Trump shared the movie trailer on his new social media platform, Truth Social, after appointing Ballard to a State Department Human Advisory Council in 2019. Wow. Absolutely, it seems like flight risk film fate will be influenced by the constant meddling of the elites.
I know that a lot of you are like, conspiracy theories are so stupid and all this kind of stuff. Now, for the most part, I can't say that I don't agree with you. I am very skeptical of conspiracy theories. I have read... I went down through this dark rabbit hole and it made me feel icky. I read about that adrenochrome where, and if you're very sensitive to, like I am, just probably should click off, go, get out of here, or read it yourself when you have time. But it's about these people that have so much money. They just have, I mean, this is wealth beyond wealth. It's not just sporting a Louis Vuitton bag or Chanel or, you know, everybody tries to front stupid things like that. Or whatever, if that's your thing, it's not stupid. But the whole point being is, this wealth is not anything you've ever seen. Adrenochrome, from what I read, they have people that source children and scare them so much, and that fear in their blood or whatever is supposed to help them to stay younger or whatever. Like some real witchcraft devil kind of thing. Like very, very, to me, satanic. Beyond. So the people... And I have no idea. I have not seen that. I don't wish to see that. I don't ever want to see that. But when they are judged, I'm pretty sure there is a whole new hell just for those people that, if they are or have any part of that adrenochrome thing, yeah, I would repent and stop messing with children, period. It turns my stomach. It makes me want to retch thinking about how anybody could do that. Do that to yourself. Drink your own stupid blood if that's what you think is going to make you look younger or whatever. Or go to one of the millions of plastic surgeons so you could look like, I don't know, everybody else that's plastic. Do that. Why harm children unless you're 100% evil? That's my thought. That's how I feel. That's how I feel.
This film fate will be influenced by the constant meddling of the elites, and I have a feeling they won't back down anytime soon. But what got the Hollywood elites into real frenzy was when photos emerged showing Mel Gibson and Mark Wahlberg, along with Joe Rogan and Guy Fieri, interacting with none other than Donald Trump at the UFC 290 event in Las Vegas. Trump seemed to show support for their upcoming collaboration, and the photos were shared on Jack White's Instagram account, calling out the four men. However, not everyone in the Hollywood elite was thrilled about this encounter. Jack White, known for using social media to criticize Trump, took aim at celebrities like Mark Wahlberg and Mel Gibson, accusing them of normalizing Trump by meeting him at public events. White even quit Twitter last year when Elon Musk reinstated Trump's account after it was initially banned.
Nobody quits Twitter. Rick and Morty have said that. But, I mean, who is this guy? Who are you? I mean, this is what kills me. People who say they're all for love and openness and all this kind of stuff, they can't wait to be the most evil people to others. If you're so Christian or non-Christian or whatever you are, but he's, Trump is this, Trump is that. You know him personally. You've seen this with your own eyes. If you firmly believe that, I want you to go ahead and tell me everything bad about Hillary, everything bad about the other 40 presidents that are all related family-wise. Did you know that? Most of our presidents are related in their genealogy. Most of our presidents have some kind of tie to each other, except for Trump. I've never seen so much utter hatred, except for maybe one person that wore sandals and claimed to be the son of God. I'm not saying that Trump is a messiah or anything like that. He's a womanizer, and he's got a big mouth. And whoever is spray tanning him or whatever he's doing, dude, the color's off. See how easy it is to be mean and judgmental? Very easy. But I can also say something nice. I had more funds to take care of other people and help other people when he was in office than I do now. I see more homeless people now, and I have less money than I did than when Trump was in office. Oh, well, he killed all these people because of COVID, blah, blah, blah. Did he, though? Oh, you're just not willing to see that. I'm willing to tell you that scientists, if you are a doctor or scientist who isn't Fauci, because we all know that we can't believe his lies, please message me. It's raining now, and it's raining. That's awesome. But just, I feel that Trump wants to like everybody. So when he said that comment about, was it the white supremacists? They're not all bad people or whatever. Was that like the biggest faux pas ever? Yeah. You can be proud of who you are, but they're known for not being friendly and being very violent to get their message across, which is wrong. So maybe somebody should have, what can I say? Hindsight's 20/20. I don't know. I love America because America can just go ahead and say everything wrong with everyone else. But what I also love about America is people try to come together for other people, especially when things go really wrong. And that's what we should all do. It's about helping others. It's about that connection. I don't see that anybody's trying to understand Trump. It's just, he's a big dumb moron. He's a this, and that. It's like, but let's not say anything about what's happening now. Let's not question, anything that's happening right now. I don't have any hatred towards our president that's in office. I don't have any hatred. Do I feel he's doing a good job? No. Do I feel my husband has to work harder? Yes. Do I feel I have to work harder? Absolutely. Do I feel my kids are suffering? Yes. Do I feel millions of other Americans are undeservingly suffering? Yes. Go ahead. Give me links and sites telling me all the good things that, Joe Biden's doing. I'd love to see it. There are systems in place to make sure that America takes care of Americans. Not, let's make sure this computer's never found, or laptop, or what's this white substance in the president's office or in the White House? Or, could we look any more ghetto? I don't know, but it's getting there. See, there's me being mean again. It's very easy. And once again, yes, Trump is a womanizer, and he's famous for saying grab women by the... Was he wrong about that? Isn't that what all the celebrities feel in Hollywood? Didn't the Weinsteins prove that and actually do so many of those things? They did them. Isn't Weinstein in prison now? So saying and doing are still two different things.
By meeting him at public events. White even quit Twitter last year when Elon Musk reinstated Trump's account after it was initially banned following the January 6, 2021 U.S. Capitol attack. White didn't hold back in his criticism, questioning the motives of wealthy individuals like Musk and Joe Rogan, who give platforms to controversial figures like Alex Jones. He expressed his frustration with those who move to tax-friendly states like Texas and support Republican politicians to retain more of their wealth. This UFC event was not the first time Mark Wahlberg had crossed paths with Trump. Over a decade ago, he played in a celebrity golf tournament with the former president. Wahlberg shared his experience, mentioning that Trump displayed his characteristic self-promotion, talking about his business interests and properties. However, he didn't recall...
I know nurses that self-promote. They are so wealthy. I am not a good self-promoter. That's why I have a teensy-weensy channel, a blip on YouTube. I do not self-promote. I don't tell you to click that like button. I don't say follow. Maybe I'll say it once in a while, or my son will say it because he hears the other YouTube channels doing it and stuff. But no, I can't. It just seems icky to me. But if you want to be successful, if you want to be a business person, or, Trump obviously is very wealthy. Some people like being wealthy. You don't have to be a wealthy evil person. You could be a wealthy good person, right? There's probably a lot of wealthy good people out there, people that are trying to make a difference in other people's lives, trying to give back to their communities or people in general. So, but Trump, you need to definitely even out that tan, sir. Somebody needs to help you with that. So anyway, why is nobody roasting anybody else for who they hang out with? It just seems to be all this mean girl club in Hollywood that if you're not, all wearing the blue on Wednesday, well, you can't sit with. Because like I said, I don't like politics. I'm here because it's going to affect my kids, their kids' kids if they have kids. I don't know. But to show this much hatred to a person who isn't Hitler? Who isn't Hitler? Because he's got a big mouth because you guys think he's racist. I mean, wasn't he the one that had who's that wonderful black woman that was holding on to him in one of the pictures? I was just like blown away. He knows a lot of influential black people. Even Mike Tyson said, man, Hollywood loved Trump until he got into politics. And they all turned on him. I'd like to see somebody tell Mike Tyson something. He'll just knock your freaking lights out. And if Trump would have said, if you don't vote for me, you're not black. I mean, holy mackerel. Can you imagine? He would have been, I mean, they would have gave him his own little island and said, that you are exiled to this. That's it. For real. But let's just give Grandpa Joe a free pass. Because he's old. I love old people. I do. That doesn't mean they are always right. No. Sometimes you gotta check your elders too. I'm always getting checked by you guys. You guys are always giving me new information. My thing is I just want to like everybody. And sometimes I get harmed. And sometimes I could get myself in a lot of harm's way. Because I'm just ready to meet people, see people, and tell a joke or let's tell a story. But it's like, people are so mad. Be mad, but for the right reasons. You're not God. I'm not God. Tupac said only God can judge me. Only God can judge me. So why is it okay for everybody to be judging others and then putting that judgment on your family and friends? Well, if you don't dislike so-and-so, don't do that. Don't alienate the people who love you, whom you grew up with, who you have meals with and break bread with. Don't do that. You're missing out. For people who don't even know you're alive. For people who don't even know you're alive. This guy is just trying to do the best that he thinks for America. Maybe Mr. Joe Biden is also thinking he's doing the same thing. I hope so. He really needs to show that. People are hurting. People are hurting in Hawaii. I don't want to see any more kids losing their bedrooms, their beds, their toys. That is mental health crisis right there. Kids need something concrete that they can hold on to. Something that's their own, something to believe in. At the very least. If they see their parents struggling and upset, that doesn't give them very much faith.
Any intrusive personal questions from Trump during their meeting. The interaction with Trump has stirred up heated discussions within Hollywood circles, with some supporting the actor's right to associate with whomever they please, while others question the implications of such encounters. As this intriguing saga unfolds, tensions and opinions continue to run high in the world of entertainment. Now, I don't know about you, but it appears that Mel and Mark have something significant in the works.
Mel Gibson and Mark Wahlberg are being called something so foul by somebody I don't even know exists or even seen a movie by this man. So remember, when you say something like, well, this person's a piece of blank, make sure that you also are not what you're calling other people. You better hope that your ducks are all in order.
That's got even the elites on edge. We're all excited about this upcoming movie, but what's your take on it? Do you think this fantastic duo will expose the dark side of Hollywood's cruel culture? Drop your comments below, and while we await more updates, don't miss the next video where we spill even more shocking details about the world of Hollywood elites.
Denzel? Wait.
There's a producer.
Wait. If Jack White is doing something, go ahead and subscribe to Binge Central. I'm sorry that I am so full of allergies. This is what I get. I've been so lazy not taking my allergy medication because I'm like, oh, I'm not on YouTube, so it doesn't matter. And here I am. Go to Binge Central. It seems like, if you want to know what's going on, I want to know what Denzel's up to. This is a man that I respect. I respect him. I don't know Mr. Denzel Washington either. Man on Fire probably is one of the best movies in my opinion. Man on Fire. And when celebrities make a movie like that, if you haven't seen Man on Fire, I don't know what we're talking about then, because one of the best.
So what?
And it has a lot to do with protecting a child who happened to be Dakota Fanning at that time as a little girl. And he put his life on the line. And when it first came out, I remember Jerry and I watched it. We must have watched it 20 times. Because it was that good. And then, of course, I bought it for him on DVD, and he watched it every day. I know that movie by heart. So, I'm glad to see Denzel speaking out if it's true. Because we all should stand together. If we have different opinions, that's fine. If we have different beliefs, that's fine, but we should be united on one thing. Our families are non-negotiable. Kids are not currency. They are not.
What a responsibility you all have to tell the truth, not just to be first.
Created out of moral panics, they're created out of bogus statistics, they're created out of fear, and with something like Sound of Freedom, it specifically is looking at QAnon concepts of these child trafficking rings that are run by...
But it's not a conspiracy theory. It's not a conspiracy theory. This is actually happening. It was in the news, and the news people or the journalists, whoever posted the man's face, and I call him the Archangel Michael, because he was a trucker and his name was Michael, and I'll post it. The story is he's a trucker, and God bless those truckers that are out doing all that they do, because they work long hours, and they're unsung heroes a lot of the time. He happened to be at a stop, saw a woman lift a tarp up in the back of a truck and would look like a cage with 4 to 5-year-old children in there. Took a couple of them out of the cage to go to the restroom and bring them back. He was in disbelief. When those two people, including that woman, saw Michael had noticed them and was following them because he had called the police, they tried to get away. So how is that a conspiracy theory? Why are you trying to downplay that this happens? God forbid this happens to somebody you know, a neighbor, a family member, a friend. I tell the kids all the time, I tell my children, if I ever were to somehow lose you guys, I don't know how it'd go on. I don't know. But yet, You cannot tell me that those were her kids, because those police officers, and they were quoted as saying, this happens all the time. Thank you for calling it in. Thank you for helping us. How is this not world news, breaking news? Kids in cages? In the back of a truck.
By the high-level elites.
Hold on tight, because this is the hottest Hollywood gossip you won't want to miss. 2 blockbuster movies, Barbie and Oppenheimer, have been causing a frenzy with their record-breaking opening numbers. But guess what? There's a sleeper hit that's silently stealing the spotlight at the box office. It's none other than Sound of Freedom, the chilling tale of a former Homeland Security agent fighting against illicit human trade. Since its release on July 4th, it's been making waves, grossing a jaw-dropping $124 million. That's not all. During the weekend of July 21st to 23rd,
They should be at over $1 billion. They should be over $1 billion, you guys. Past that, $2 billion, $5 billion. Barbie made $1 billion. Did you guys need to put glitter in the Sound of Freedom for that to happen? I mean, I don't get it. If we don't protect kids, we won't have more fun movies like Barbie. What fun will we have to look forward to in the future?
even outshine the highly anticipated Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, snatching the 3rd spot in earnings right behind the box office giant combo Barbenheimer. But wait, here's where the drama kicks in. As Sound of Freedom continues its unstoppable rise, it's attracting controversy that's got Hollywood in a frenzy. Hollywood is trying to ban this show, but hold your breath, because none other than Denzel Washington is raging against the storm. Yes, you heard it right. Denzel Washington is raging at Hollywood for trying to silence Sound of Freedom. And he's not holding back on why he believes Hollywood award shows are tanking. All thanks to their obsession with pushing identity politics onto the audience. Denzel isn't mincing his words, calling out the woke Hollywood elites who think they're above everyone else, while they live lavish in their million-dollar mansions. But what did Denzel say? Hollywood is buzzing with excitement over this intriguing piece of gossip. It's the kind of news that's got everyone curious and eager to know more. No need for exaggerations, but believe me, this Hollywood feud is causing quite a stir. So, get your popcorn ready and brace yourself for the unfolding drama in this blockbuster controversy. Sounds of Freedom echo through the entertainment world as Sound of Freedom emerges as a surprising box office hit. Starring renowned actors like Jim Caviezel, Mira Sorvino, and Bill Camp, this movie has been making waves since its release on July 4th. In less than 2 weeks, it has already grossed an impressive $85 million, surpassing its modest $14.5 million budget. Directed by Alejandro Gomez Monteverde and written by Rob Barr, Sound of Freedom has captured both the hearts of audiences and the attention of critics. With a rare A-plus cinema score and a remarkable 100% audience approval rating on Rotten Tomatoes, it's clear that this movie is striking a chord with viewers. Despite its success, Sound of Freedom hasn't been without some minor bumps. There have been reports of delays and controversies which have been a topic of discussion among fans and critics alike. At the center of it all is Jim Caviezel, known for his memorable roles in The Passion of the Christ and The Thin Red Line. In Sound of Freedom, he portrays the courageous Tim Ballard, a former federal agent determined to combat some horrific issues. Based on an incredible true story, Sound of Freedom sheds light on the dark world of illicit human trade. After rescuing a young boy...
You see that? It's not a conspiracy theory. It's based on a true story. My stomach is like, I did not expect to be here. I'm so sorry, guys. How can this be criticized? How? Since when did saving a kid become a negative? Are we just in upside down land?
boy from the clutches of these heartless individuals, Tim Ballard learns that the boy's sister is still held captive. He embarks on a dangerous mission, risking everything to save her from a fate worse than death. The movie was actually done a few years ago for 20th Century Studios, but when Disney took over, they tossed it aside like it was nothing. And get this, Disney then spent almost $300 million on Indiana Jones, a project that might not even make them money. Talk about ironic. You know how Hollywood always measures a movie's success by its box office earnings. It's like saying Beyonce is better than Beethoven just because she sells more albums. Crazy, right? Now, the success of Sound of Freedom at the box office is...
No disrespect to Beethoven or Beyonce. Everybody's got an opinion. I personally love both. But the fact of the matter is, it's your preference. I respect you if you like them. I listened to both Beethoven and Beyonce. It'd be great if she did a track and remixed something of Beethoven. But the whole point being is, why did Disney do that? Well, how stupid is that? Disney is known to make kids happy. The happiest place on earth. Disneyland. But let's just ignore that these kids will probably never get to see that place. And that's okay with you. Let's bury it? I mean, Disney sneezes 14 million. And for the record, I saw Indiana Jones. It made me shed a tear at the end. So, I'm not saying I'm going to do this or I'm going to do that, but I mean, be responsible, Disney. These kids, are you going to run out of kids? You better hope not. The whole point of going to Disneyland is to take your kids there. That's like a rite of passage. All kids should be able to go to Disneyland. All kids. You guys have enough money. There should be a free kid day. It's ridiculous. Bury it. Shelf it. Whoever made that decision, I'm sorry, but I don't know how you sleep at night.
Causing some gossip in the newspapers. Some folks are grumbling and muttering about the filmmakers. You know, those religiously motivated outsiders. Hollywood is not used to people who don't play by their rules, unlike those cozy cinema folks like Harvey Weinstein or Woody Allen. Hollywood is considering banning this movie, and it's causing quite a debate.
Better not.
The film's distributor, Angel Studios, denies any connection to conspiracy theories and insists it's not about politics. However, some right-wing pundits have shown strong support for the movie, praising the actions of its protagonist, Tim Ballard, while downplaying or denying his alleged links to QAnon. Jordan Peterson, a psychologist and conservative commentator, interviewed both Ballard and Jim Caviezel on his YouTube channel, where he inquired about their beliefs in QAnon conspiracy theories. Ballard stated that they condemn most conspiracy theories, but admitted to still holding on to the adrenochrome blood harvesting theory. He also criticized a Vice investigation as being incredibly dishonest.
And wouldn't he know? Wouldn't he know if he's been behind the scenes, the one that's having to rescue these kids? Wouldn't he know? That's like me being an LVN and I do IVs and people are like, well, it's a conspiracy theory that you do IVs. That goes hand in hand with being a nurse. You should be able to give fluids to people who are dehydrated. If this was his job to save children, what do you think he's surrounded by when he's going into these places? He's surrounded by evidence.
Adding fuel to the fire, right-wing pundit Ben Shapiro hosted Ballard and Caviezel on his YouTube channel to promote the film. Even former President Donald Trump, who appointed Ballard to a State Department Advisory Council in 2019, shared a link to the movie trailer on his new social media platform, Truth Social. Indeed, they're considering banning the movie. But Denzel Washington is not taking it lightly. In a recent interview, he
for
passionately
him.
criticized Hollywood, calling them out for their arrogance and
I love
disconnection from
Denzel.
everyday people. Denzel
Yes.
didn't shy away from addressing the declining ratings of major Hollywood award shows. He attributed this downward trend to their excessive focus on pushing identity politics onto the viewers. According to him, the public is tired of what it refers to as the woke Hollywood elites who act as if they're superior to everyone else. These stars take the stage, patting themselves on the back and lecturing the masses on how to live their lives, all while living in their luxurious, multi-million-dollar mansions.
Amen.
However, amidst this disconnect with reality among some celebrities, Denzel Washington stands out as a grounded individual. He clearly retains his perspective and voices his disdain for such behavior within the entertainment industry. He's not afraid to speak up and challenge the status quo, making him a refreshing presence in the midst of it all.
I like being the garbage man better. But they weren't bad jobs. It's like people say, oh, the difficulty of making a movie. I'm like, send your son to Iraq. That's difficult. It's just a movie. It's like, relax.
In a revealing interview that sent shockwaves through the movie industry, Denzel Washington shed light on the dark and unsettling side of Hollywood. He exposed how powerful elites in the industry sometimes try to manipulate actors into taking on roles that go against their values. During this tell-all interview, the legendary actor
I cannot thank him enough. I just can't. If you go against someone like Denzel Washington, I really feel that you can't be a good human being. I just can't. He exudes so many good qualities and values. So many. Is he perfect? Probably not. But to me, I mean, as close as he can get. He loves his family. He always chooses his family first. He doesn't like to be thinking he's better than anybody. He doesn't hold his celebrity like a shield. Like, I'm better than you. So many people just love to look down on others. That's crazy. All of this can always be taken away. All of it. Somebody poor can become rich. Somebody rich can become poor. But what baffles me is kindness is free. Somebody's values being bought is disgusting to me. Hollywood paying actors and actors doing things that to them it's against their values or beliefs. You have to live with that. You do. When I feel that I'm doing something that's against what I should be doing, I stop. I have to get grounded again. I have to start reading again. I have to really immerse myself back into what I believe and what makes me me. And is it easy? No. But nothing worth doing is easy.
opened up about some peculiar experience he faced early in his career. One particular incident he recalled was a bizarre movie role he was offered back in 1986. The film depicted a troubling storyline where his character, a black man, was falsely accused of pursuing a white woman. But that wasn't the worst part. The plot involved multiple attempts to electrocute and hang his character, all while trying to portray him as some sort of twisted hero. What shocked him even more was the nonchalant attitude displayed by the Hollywood insiders during the audition process. Denzel's revelation shed light on the darker side of the movie industry, where actors can sometimes face pressure to take on roles that might not align with their principles. It's a sobering reminder that behind the glitz and glamour, there's a complex world where powerful forces can influence the narratives portrayed on the big screen. In the end, Denzel made a courageous decision and turned down that troubling role. It turned out to be a wise move, as he later received Oscar nominations for his next project, cry freedom. It's clear that standing up for his values and integrity paid off for him. Many of Denzel's fans wholeheartedly support his stance. One fan even commented, "Denzel Washington is a man of honesty, integrity, and high moral standards. And yes, anyone trying to shut this movie down needs to be investigated."
That is a true statement. He really is. Do you know how hard that is to say about anybody, not just a celebrity nowadays? It's so easy to go the wrong way. It's just like the Bible says, which he was in the book of Eli, he was the star. The path to hell is wide. So everybody's just like, I don't give a F, I'm gonna do whatever I want, I don't give a F. That kind of attitude. Try doing something worthwhile. Try being a person of honesty, integrity, and high moral standards. Your life may not be bad. It may not be chaotic. You might not have so much drama.
Yes, anyone trying to shut this movie down needs to be investigated. Another person chimed in and said, "We have government rotting from inside out, major news media rotting from inside out, and Hollywood as well, rotting even deeper. Big thanks to Denzel for having the platform speak out." As Hollywood grapples with questions of representation and diversity, Denzel's voice remains a beacon of wisdom and insight. He has been outspoken about the need for greater diversity in the industry, both in front of and behind the camera. His advocacy for change reflects his commitment to not only the art of acting, but also to the broader impact of cinema on society. Denzel Washington's actions have not only earned him respect from his fans, but also served as a powerful reminder that staying true to one's principles can lead to significant achievements. His willingness to speak up about the darker aspects of the movie industry has sparked conversations and raised awareness about the importance of integrity and standing up for what one believes in. But what do you think about this? Do you think Denzel was right? Or do you have any other opinions? Share your thoughts below. And while we wait for more updates, make sure to watch this next video where we reveal even more shocking details in the world of Hollywood.
Man, that was really good. I hope the elites, the celebrities, the Oprah Winfreys, I hope that they pay attention, and I hope that they want to do something to just help their fellow human being. You have so much. You won't lose it. Giving is a tax write-off for you. But it means a whole lot more for those people who have nothing and have lost so much. I don't think that's asking too much. I could listen to Denzel Washington all day because he is sage. Absolutely. Listening to Denzel, you feel better as a person. You want to be a better person. And I hope he never changes. I'm going to go now because I think it's been an hour. Maybe an hour and a half. I don't do videos like this. You guys will probably not see this. This was probably more for me than anything.